All right. Well, what's up, guys? Jacob Salem here one last time. I'm probably going to keep the noise going now. I just want to welcome more people that are coming on. So, Frank, I see you. Bill, I see you. Dr. Jim from Ohio, I see you. Keisha from Philly. Super excited to have you guys here. Kathy, what's up, Kathy? Debbie, I see you as well. Fatima, I hope I'm saying that correctly. So glad to have you here. Dakota, super excited to see you on. Lamonti, always a pleasure. Ben, thank you for being here. Jesse, what's up? What's up? David, hello, hello. So glad to have you guys on. Remy, what's up? So glad you guys are here. I am super, super excited for today's masterclass, this presentation, whatever you want to call it, webinar. I know you guys are going to love it. Zeb, what's up? Steven, hello. Kendrick, so glad to have you on, guys. It's so, so good to see you here. I am super fired up about the masterclass today on how to become highly or hyper profitable. Let me get it right. Sorry, copywriter messes things up a little bit, and I got to get it off there with the tongue. So how to become hyper profitable using online advertising, even if you don't have any existing marketing experience. So what I'm trying to do this year in 2019, for those of you who don't know me, I'll get a brief introduction a little bit later. Frank, hello, hello. So glad to have you on. As I'm trying to bring new content, relevant content all the time to stay on that cutting edge to help you guys get to that next spot. So that's what we're doing here today. And I just want to welcome a few more people. So Trent, I see you on here. Debbie, hello. Phil, hello. Ashley, hello. So glad to have you on here. Marlena, thank you for joining us live. Super excited. Michelle, and obviously if you guys haven't figured out, I am actually live. When you chat over, I do say what's up. And I teach these live on purpose. The main reason is I want to get to know you a little bit better. I mean, after all, I could film this as a video and just give it to you guys, or I could film it as a recorded webinar and stream it live as if it was live, even though it really wasn't. Dr. Jim, absolutely. We will be sending out a replay to anybody who does attend live, but to anybody who does register rather. But as I was kind of just sitting here saying, if you guys attend live, I get to engage with you. I get to answer questions throughout it. I do have an agenda, things that need to be covered, but I'm going to definitely engage with you guys. That is the whole point. But we're at the top of the hour here, so I'm going to stop filling the noise. I'm sure some more people will trickle in late, but for respect of all of you who actually tuned in live with us, I just want to kick this off. So I'm going to start out by saying, listen, what's up, everybody? My name is Jacob Salem, and I want to personally welcome you to this masterclass. Today, I am going to teach you how to become hyper profitable using online advertising, even if you don't have any existing marketing experience. And so are you guys ready to get started? For those that are here, are you ready to kick this off? I'm looking for some engagement. I'm looking for some yeses, engagement in that chat box, because I know I'm ready. I'm fired up. I got all the caffeine I need here to keep me going, but looking for some yeses in the chat box. All right, they're starting to come in. So maybe a little bit delayed. So what's up, guys? Super, super excited to have you here. Now, I'm guessing that for a lot of you, this probably is not your first webinar. And for many of you, it may not even be your first webinar with me. After all, most of the people who signed up for today's presentation, which, by the way, happy Valentine's Day. For those of you who signed up for today's presentation, most all of you came because you were already in my database. Meaning you signed up for one of my free giveaways. Maybe there was a partnership with the Ziglar Corporation you came through, or maybe a partnership with the Les Brown Enterprises you came through. But either way, most of you signed up from my database. Some of you came over from some Facebook ads. But since it was a brand new presentation, I didn't really throw this out there to the mass audience because I want to polish it up a little bit. So you guys get the raw footage here today. So I hope you enjoy it. So either way, I want you to know that if you're a business owner, a small business owner that's already attended all of these things in the past and you failed, right? Maybe you just feel like you're failing. 2018 wasn't exactly what you wanted it to be. You thought your business was going to be growing, was going to be more profitable. I mean, after all, one of my favorite quotes of all time, and I literally am going to get it printed out and hang it in the wall of my office here, is it doesn't matter how much money you make as a business owner. It matters how much money you keep. And that actually was a very wrenching, fact for me to learn. Really, it was my fifth year into business. Now, I've built and sold 2 companies. We'll brag about me a little bit later on. But it's understanding that fact that it doesn't matter how much money you make. It absolutely matters how much you keep. So if you've been failing or you're on a decline and you just feel like maybe being a business owner or entrepreneur or marketing consultant or speaker, trainer, or coach, whatever category you fall into, if you failed in the past, it's not your fault. There's a lot of information out there and it can be very, very confusing. Many times that information overload will keep you from success. And I want you to know that it's absolutely okay. If you've ever thought that the governments and the banks actually want you to fail, you may be right. I mean, after all, the government wants you to go punch that 9 to 5, pay your taxes, and be that good abiding citizen that maybe doesn't go out there and venture to do so much more. Well, the difference with me and everyone that I surround myself with over the last 10 years is that we actually care about your success. And I truly, personally, Jacob Salem wants to see you living the life of your dreams. That's why you got into business in the first place. So if you have been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed, for this presentation at least, I want you to put those fears to rest. You can do this. You just need the right person and, more importantly, people to explain it to you. I'm absolutely convinced of this, that God don't make no junk, that you have something special inside of you, something you know, something you do, more importantly, something you can teach. But if you're a business owner, I'm convinced that you are already an expert, at least at some degree, in your field. I believe that we all have this something special inside of us. And when you use that right, when you use it right, you can change the world, and my favorite part, become rich or profitable in the process. Information is a powerful tool. It can be used to attract interest, increase desire, demand attention, and my favorite of all, sell. But information alone isn't enough. It's the skillful application of the right information at the right time that can and will change your life. So that's what we're here for today. I know you have a dream to build your business, to change the world and make an impact. And I want to show you how to make that happen during today's masterclass. The strategies and methods that you're about to discover are the exact same systems and strategies that I have used to personally grow my business over the last 5 years in this industry, as well as build and sell to others, and most importantly, help all of our clients build, grow, and scale doing the same thing. So my purpose here today, just being really, really transparent, is one, following the Zig Ziglar quote that I believe is time-tested and proven, that you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Now, I'm following that. Number one, there is going to be real meat and potatoes in this presentation that you can take and implement. But of course, I'm also doing it for my own selfish reason. At the end, and I'll talk about this in a few seconds too, at the end, there will be an opportunity to work with us. But I promise I'll save it all the way to the end. Everything between now and then will be nice, good, valuable content. So my goal today is to help you skip the learning curve so you can build your audience faster, build your business faster, and generate more revenue by implementing my hyper-profitable systems for online advertising. This works for every business out there, every industry, every field. We have done it. We have tested it. We have implemented it. It's tried, tested, and proven. So I'm super excited to share them with you today. Now, if you stay until the end, of course, I'm a good marketer. I'm a digital marketer. It's what I'm supposed to do. And so if you stay at the end, I have a brand new offer that has not been released on a webinar by me ever, that I'm super, super excited to tell you guys about. We poured sweat, blood, tears. I've shaken the right hands. I mean, I've entered into partnerships to make it happen. So super excited to tell you about it. But before we do, I want to establish something. This presentation is different for two reasons. One, because I've literally taken all the systems and things that worked, right? Over the last 5 years in this industry, I've done a lot of things that failed. We'll talk about that in a minute. I've taken all the things that I saw actually gave me profitability, right? Things that I implemented, things that I tested, things that I actually used in my business and other businesses to show profitability for myself. So I have the track record there with the Ziglar Corporation and so many others, but also mine. So it's a brand new presentation for me, brand new presentation for you, because it's the things that I know have worked for me. And if they worked for me, I'm absolutely confident over the top that they will work for you also. So real quick, for those of you who didn't come from my database, have no clue who I am, I mean, many of you did come from Facebook ads still. I mean, after all, that's how I built my name, is as that Facebook ad guy or the paid traffic guy. So if this is your first introduction to me, I again want to personally say welcome. And more importantly, thank you for investing your number one irreplaceable asset with me, your time. I really do value your time and promise that you will be glad that you've invested your time today with me during this presentation. So as you can read on the screen, my name is Jacob Salem. I'm a husband. You can see my beautiful bride and my baby girl, Arabella. I'm a father. She just turned 1 on February 8th. So she has changed my world. And I've loved being a dad more than anything else, more than any success, or I guess failures too play into that. But I've loved being a dad more than any other journey in my life. We've pastored churches. We've traveled and preached. I have an online ministry with 1 million followers. We've become financial free, debt free, all these different things we've accomplished. Nothing has brought me more joy than being a father. I could give everything else up, and just being a dad is what truly brings me the deepest joy. And I actually can't wait to go spend time after this presentation with my beautiful bride and my daughter on Valentine's Day. So I'm a follower of Jesus, as you caught kind of between the lines here. I have an online ministry that has over 1 million followers. I'm formerly a pastor. I'm still an evangelist, and I love traveling and preaching just a simple gospel that's really saying, I'm a sinner. I mess up all the time. I need God's grace. More importantly, Jesus' grace. But that's kind of what I do there. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've built and sold 2 companies successfully. Very proud of that. A lawn care company, number 1, a corporate training company, number 2. And now we own the marketing agency as my 3rd success. But I've had multiple failures throughout there. And you guys are only here because I'm a digital marketing student. Now, if you know me, you might read that word student and say, well, why is he referring to himself as a student and not a guru or an expert like many of the other marketing material out there says? I personally don't love the word expert or guru when it's when it's following the words digital marketing. And the reason why is this stuff is changing so much that I believe I will forever be a student, looking at what's changing, what's working now, how can I adapt, and more importantly, overcome so that our clients, our friends, you guys can learn what's working now and implement it in your business. So I'm always learning, and I love implementing. I love testing. I'm a geek when it comes to data, which is why we named our company Easy Metrics. I love the data. I love the metrics. I love measuring, because I believe that when it is measurable, it's scalable. So that's kind of my thoughts there. So over the years, obviously, I've done a lot of things right. Even just to get you guys on today's webinar is an accomplishment, right? Running marketing, running a funnel to get somebody to sign up for a training and get them to show up, that's an accomplishment. But I've obviously met the right people, shaken the right hands, and more importantly, used the right closes to get to where I am to be able to work with the customers that we have for you guys to even trust me enough to show up. But we've done a lot of things wrong. I've actually spent over $500,000 into Facebook ads that was not profitable. Those moments are heart-wrenching, and they're devastating. You know, we've had funnels that failed. We've had clients that didn't do well. I've had webinars that have failed that, we just poured a ton of money into it. I wanted to bring this presentation to you guys because I want to help you guys avoid some of the things I did wrong. I'm convinced that I am only where I am because I've had mentors in my life to share with me what they did wrong so I could avoid those hardships and those failures that they went through, which helped me propel to that next level and really just avoid a lot of pain in my life. And that's the whole purpose of today. So after doing digital marketing very specifically for 4 years, I mean, that's eat, sleep, breathe, drink. Actually, I could probably round that up to 5 now. We're probably closer to 5. That all we've done is this. I've really just learned this, that there is no secret to success. There is a system to success, and systems will help everything in your business. The goal of your business that you're in is to help you live the life of your dream. Howard Partridge, friend, mentor, coach of mine and client of mine, says that your business exists for one reason and one reason only, as a vehicle to help you achieve your life dreams. So I've been talking here for a little bit. We're about to dive into the meat of this. But before we go, I actually want to know if you're a business owner right now, if you're a business owner or entrepreneur, drop a 1. Drop a 1 in the chat. If you're currently a business owner or entrepreneur, drop a 1. I just want to get a quick survey. All right, I'm seeing a bunch of 1s come in. I think it was a little delayed. Saw some hands raised. All right. Now this might take a little humility, but I just wanna ask it. Ashley, what's up? I didn't know you were on here. What's up? What's up? This one might take a little humility. If you're we're going to call it a wantrepreneur, right? You know that you're going to start a business, that you have these entrepreneurial spirits inside of you. Maybe right now you're in sales or you're working for somebody and you're trying to learn these things. But maybe too, if you're a wantrepreneur, you're wanting to start a business. Maybe you're wanting to start a digital marketing agency, or maybe you're wanting to be a speaker. Do you have any of those? No. Oh, a couple twos coming through. Okay. Very excited to see you guys on here. Thank you for the humility. Very, very cool to see that, I guess. All right. And then the last one, 3. I know we have a massive amount of these people in my database. So some of you guys will fall into this category. 3 just for my speakers, trainers, or coaches. 3 for just you're a speaker, a public speaker, you're a trainer, corporate trainer, or you're a coach. You're either a life coach or a business coach. Awesome. So a bunch of 3s coming in. I knew I'd get a bunch of 1s and a bunch of 3s. I didn't know about the 2s. Thank you guys for your humility. I really appreciate it. So, all right. So I discovered all those things the hard way. I discovered a lot of things the hard way, was showing you a bunch of my failures. And I just want to dive into that just a little bit before I give you the cheat sheet, before I give you the easy way. So the hard way for me, when I first started this whole initiative, right, building my first business was a lawn care company. Well, that was very easy for me because it was a service-based business. It was B2C, and I really knew who my customer was. I knew how to sell my customer, and I knew how to find my customer. Well, when I started the digital marketing agency or even the corporate training business, I always had this mindset that my business was different and that there wasn't a system out there to help me. And more importantly, there wasn't systems for everybody else's business, especially if they weren't a franchise. And so for me, I constantly was in that, let's just grind mode and just call bro, like just calling people. And I absolutely believed that there wasn't a system or a process or a person or a book out there that could help me. I mean, the E-Myth, just here's a nugget. If you guys have never read the book, The E-Myth, one of my favorite books out there by Michael Gerber, it helps you with systems. But I believed that my business was different, which caused me to throw away so much money, so much energy. And more importantly, the second step, I was always looking for that next thing, latest trend, right? SOS, everything, right? I was always looking for the next shiny object. So SOS, shiny object syndrome. I just absolutely believed that I just wasn't using at that point what was working now. I wasn't using the proper software. I wasn't using the proper algorithm, mathematic equation. I was always thinking there was something new that I needed to find, and I wasn't convinced that there was one simple way that was going to help me. And more importantly, I was going broke with paid traffic. I mean, I was just throwing money at it, thinking that if I put enough money at this machine, that I didn't actually know how to make a well-oiled machine, but I was just convinced that if I just throw enough money at it, somebody is going to come over and buy. But there's questions that I'm going to ask you guys on today's presentation that you can ask yourself to help you get to that next level, to where you don't need to believe your business is different. After all, I genuinely, truly believe now there is nothing new under the sun. And so we want to learn from other people in our space that instead of going for the latest trend, just go for what's working, right? What's always been working. There's proven systems and strategies that have worked age over age, time over time, year over year. And lastly, don't start throwing money at paid traffic until you know that the back end of your funnels, the back end, the latter half of what you're doing is there. You could go buy a billboard, but if you don't have the proper phone number or sales systems in place to sell somebody when they call you, it's not going to work. So you don't need to do any of those things. So another quick question, and we'll dive into the meat, I promise. Do you want the easy way to becoming hyper profitable, right? Using online advertising, digital marketing. I'm only showing the pieces in today's presentation that I know without a shadow of a doubt made me profit. So we're not necessarily looking at Facebook ads indirectly or YouTube ads or those different things. But do you want me to dive into this meeting? I mean, after all, I spent all the time preparing this thing, so I know the content. And if I don't get a couple yeses here in the chat, maybe the thing's really, really delayed. Okay, there we go. All right, so yeses. I just got flooded with a bunch of yeses. So maybe this was just following behind. So I'm seeing the yeses coming through. Got a couple definitelys, got the yes sirs. All right, guys. So I think it was just a little delayed. So here's the 3 secrets that we've written out for today's presentation. Now, I do follow a formula in everything I do in my life, including the PowerPoint formula we're going through right now. It's a formula to teach you guys a presentation in a mathematical time to get you guys in and out of here in short term. So Three things I'm going to be covering today. The first one is the one thing, this is the number one. If you only get out of this presentation one thing, it's this. The one thing you can use to always stay ahead of your competitors. This process, it's a 5-step process that I'm going to teach you guys, works for absolutely any business in any industry. So that one, if you only get one thing out of this presentation, that will be worth it. Secret number 2 is how to attract more of your ideal clients and become the sought after company in your industry, right? You want to be the guy that when people think of you, or girl, there's a lot of females on here, guy or girl, or I guess we're in a world right now where there's like an in-between. So whatever category you put yourself in, you want to be the sought after business, right? In your industry. I'm going to be teaching you my simple funnel for doing this, simple strategies for that. That's going to be a shorter section, but I know if you guys aren't doing this, you're definitely missing out on positioning your company in the way that it needs to be positioned. And then secret number 3, how to get phenomenal results from your marketing without spending a fortune. So in secret number 3, I'm going to teach you guys more about the systems and strategies I use to get the highest ROI possible for my marketing efforts, not just dollars, but marketing efforts. This system that I'm showing in secret number 3 is the exact thing we've proven in our industry and others, in my business and others, to get us the highest ROI. This is more than just throwing money at Facebook ads, YouTube ads, or that. This will show you the highest ROI and how we do it and the metrics to back it up. All right, so secret number 1, right? Let me go ahead, just so we're clear, I'm gonna pull open some notes here. I had plenty of data I poured into this, so I wanna make sure I cover the secrets and the data all in one place. So give me just 2 seconds, pulling open some notes here. All right, so step number 1. So I said this is a 5-step strategy, and by the way, I designed this PowerPoint in a way to where if you want a screenshot, you can. I will, of course, be sending out a replay. But step number 1 in this 5-step system, this is the process, right, that you can implement in your business. And if you only get these 5 steps out of this training and jump off and go implement, I promise you it'll be worth your time. So step 1 is to determine your product market fit, right? Determine your product market fit. That's a fancy way of saying when we're looking at a product market fit, we think of what our core offer is, right? What is it that we bring to the table? This is what we are optimizing for, this core offer. What's the main thing that you want to sell, right? That kind of like core flagship offering that you are making to your audience. Like what's that one thing? Do you have a one thing? And this is rhetorical, but be thinking, what is it that I even sell, right? And actually I want to see, I think my slides are duplicated here. Oh, it was showing doing the little movements. All right. So your core product. Sorry. This is a question here. And I made this slide so simple. I just want to hold it here. Is does our market even want what we're selling? I've literally talked to people on the phone, prospects, people that are coming over to me saying, Jacob, come save my business, run the marketing for us. I know you got the track record, you got the proof in the pudding, you've helped generate millions of dollars in sales. I know you can help save my company. Yet they've never actually asked themselves this question. Does our market even want what we're selling? So did you come up with a new idea, new online course, new service, new something, new product, new gadget? I mean, do they even want what you're selling? That's determining product market fit. Right? That's determining your core offer. Now, if you've actually made it past step 1 and you say, yes, I have competitors out there. This is the best way to ask this question. Do you have competitors out there already selling your product or service? If you do, then you can keep moving on through this 5-step sequence. If you don't, if you're that brand new person in the space, you might kind of want to just go back and reevaluate who is my customer avatar? Who is that prospect? Who do I even want to buy this? We have another training that we could talk about too. I'm not going to do it on this call, but where you can actually go through your customer avatar. If you can't tell me who is going to buy your product, like the age they are they male, are they female, what are they interested in, where do they hang out? If you don't know who's going to buy your product, then basically everything else that I tell you on today's presentation is worthless. Because if you have something you're bringing to the market that people simply don't want, it doesn't matter how many times you put it in front of them. It doesn't matter how much you invest in your graphic design or your video or your marketing copy. If you don't have something that somebody wants or more importantly needs, it's going to be really, really hard to get it out there. But once you pass this test, once you actually have got past that point, you're going to move right to step number 2, which is very, very systematic, right? Step number 2 is to optimize, right, a lead magnet. So now that you know what you're selling isn't terrible, that people want it, people might buy it, you need to start building your database. This might be, common for some of you that are on this. I know there's two type of people that I targeted for today's presentation. We want to teach beginners, so this is going to help beginners who have never done any of this before. And this is also going to help getting that person who's maybe intermediate to expert, who's already doing some of this, get you guys to that next level and ask you some very important questions to get you thinking about what you could tweak. So now we need to get some leads. So people ask me all the time, like this is the number one thing people ask me because they think it's all I do for a living, but how do I get leads, right? Leads is a function of two things. One, traffic, and two, a good offer, meaning you need a good lead magnet. So you got to get the traffic, which, I talk about all the time extensively. I have entire trainings and workshops and programs on driving paid traffic, but you've got to have a good lead magnet. You've got to have something that somebody actually wants, right? So this is a fact, right? And we all know this to be true, that most sales don't occur in the first visit, whether it be to your store, whether it be to your website. So you're going to want to convert that visitor to a subscriber, right? You absolutely want to turn that person into a subscriber so you have the ability to follow up. Maybe you're going to follow up via email marketing or text message marketing or email marketing or whatever, however you want to follow up. But you absolutely need to. And so here's something very, very important that I found many small businesses absolutely miss, that you must speak to a specific problem or a desired result when you're designing your lead magnet, right? You have to do that, right? If you can't speak specifically to the benefit that they're going to get, they're less likely to subscribe. Now, let me explain in case I didn't yet. What the subscription actually is you're getting somebody to give you their name, their email, and in my scenario, phone number. How many of you guys, let's drop a 4. I think we're up to number 4. Drop a 4 in the chat if you received a text message reminder about today's masterclass. Give me a 4 in the chat, and that should almost be everybody. If you gave me a valid phone number, which is exactly what we were trying to collect. So a bunch of 4s flooding in. Right. You guys got emails reminders, text message reminders, and many of you guys even got phone calls from one of our sales reps or automated voicemails that we sent out to remind you to attend. But I'm seeing 4s from everybody just flooding in. Right. We sent out a couple text message reminders just to get you here. So you guys were made a specific promise about what I was going to bring to the table and what I'm teaching right now. And then we followed up. I actually was consulting with somebody yesterday, and she might actually be on or watch this as a replay. So I'm not going to throw out names or websites, but I was consulting on her opt-in. And it basically said on there, hey, become a subscriber. And then it said in like the fine print, and it wasn't fine print, but it was smaller text, become a subscriber, and then you'll receive an email with a coupon code. And I just simply said, man, that word subscriber actually turns people off right now. So when you're optimizing your lead magnet, that word subscriber really does turn people off. So maybe eliminate that and give a specific offer. If they're going to get a coupon, we'll tell them very specifically, you're going to get a 10% off or a 30% off, maybe a 50% off coupon. And then for your button, your subscribe button, maybe say, get my discount now, get my coupon now, something that's a little more sexy, if I can use that word, more attractive, to make me want to click on it more so than just subscribe now. Because right now there's so much junk mail. I think we all receive over 130 junk emails every single day. So you want to really, really optimize that. All right. So the next step, let's get the little, I forgot I got this animation here because we're getting cool, right? We want to optimize your entry point offer. So you might be saying, all right, Jake, that's awesome. What is an entry point offer? We already talked about, the lead magnet, but what's an entry point offer, or AKA a tripwire? It's simple, as you can screenshot or read on the screen here. It is a compelling, low barrier to entry offer designed to create a micro commitment that converts your prospect into buyers. This is a low end offer. This could be $1 offer. This could be a $2 offer. Because after all, you're trying to get this person to go from their before state to the after state, right? You're really helping with your sales message, and you want to articulate that shift for them, right? You're trying to move them from that before feeling to the after feeling. So the before feeling is maybe they're stressed, maybe they need to get something done, maybe they need a certain product to resolve something in their life. After all, we're in business to help people in one way or another. And so you want to think about that before state, how they feel before they buy from you. articulate that in your messaging, optimize that into your initial sale that they're going to buy, right? Initial sale that they're going to buy, maybe $1, maybe $2, maybe it's a free trial, whatever that offer may be, to shift them from the after state. Because as soon as they raise their hand and buy that, you know they're qualified to buy something else. Now, I want you guys to write this down. I wish I would have put it in the slide, so I will for the next one, but write this down. Just because you know your market wants what you're offering, right? Just because you know that your market wants what you're offering doesn't mean that they know they want it, nor does it mean that they want it from you, right? At least not yet. So it's up to you and your marketing messaging. This is why you want to optimize everything you do to create a very attractive message that's going to help them shift from that before state to the after state. It's like everything we do in digital marketing and marketing in general is just like dating, right? You want to reach out to them. You want to let them know you exist. You want to invite them for coffee, then invite them for breakfast or lunch or whatever, then get on a real date, and you continue to deepen that relationship with them. So your entry point offer is the same thing. This could be, hey, buy a cup of coffee from me type of an offer. So my favorite of all, so this is where, and let me get the little automation in here. There we go. If you're following this system, so you're optimizing everything the whole way through, your profit maximizer, this for me has made us more money than anything else once they really sat down. Many of you guys on this training today may actually need to add something to your business to even create a profit maximizer. So this is, kind of similar to your core offer, but something more. So a profit maximizer is the second sale. Now, let me just explain to you, right? It's your second sale. They already maybe gave you $1, maybe they gave you $50, maybe they gave you $5,000. But the second sale is without a shadow of a doubt the cheapest, easiest sale you will ever make. And more importantly, it's your highest profitability because you've already established a CPA. Your CPA is your cost per acquisition, meaning I had to spend X amount of dollars in marketing or in my team or in whatever I had to do, whatever I had to buy, t-shirts, laptops, whatever you need, pens, markers, business cards, whatever you use, flyers, billboards. Once you've already established, hey, I spent $100 and we just made $105 or whatever that number is, your second sale now instantly becomes more profitable, right? It's your highest profitability. So I hope that makes sense. The cost of acquiring a customer is typically, for most businesses, the single greatest expense that business will have. The cost of acquiring your customer, your first customer. But as soon as that's done, you no longer have that customer. So the math, right? If you check the math, it's pretty simple. Anything after that is profitable, right? It's profitability for you, which is why you need that. So let me just talk real quick before we move into that last step in our 5 steps, some examples for you of what a profit maximizer might be, right? Speed and automation is definitely used as a profit maximizer. So if you're a service-based business, maybe you do 2 things. Maybe you sell DIY, do it yourself. We have do it yourself products. Here's what you might buy for a lower end offer. And as soon as they bought that lower end offer of do it yourself, then you instantly try to reach out to them via phone or email, however you want to follow up in your return path, which is the next step. You want to reach out to them and try to offer them the speed and automation, right? And literally the can I help you, messaging is the best way to create a profit maximizer in your business. Now, let me try to talk more to other ideas for products. So let's talk about Starbucks. Starbucks would be a really, really good example here. For Starbucks, if you wanted to create a profit maximizer, what they do is they're selling coffee, right? They're also selling experience and so much more, but they're selling coffee and cappuccinos and whatever else. Well, if you go into a Starbucks, you can buy that coffee for $5 or $10 or whatever it is you're paying at that Starbucks. But you'll notice that at almost every single location, they actually have espresso machines for sale for about $2,500. So once you're in the store and you bought your coffee, that was kind of their entry point offer, right? Or maybe even their core offer. But their profit maximizer is, hey, you can come here and buy a coffee for $5, or you got this shiny little machine in the corner. If you buy it for $2,500, you can go do it yourself. So theirs is a reverse. They have we do it for you and then upsell to a DIY. Most businesses, though, it's a DIY upsell to done for you type model. But I know there's people all across the board on this. So I'm just trying to give some examples out there as well. So is this making sense to you guys so far? Is this making sense? Can we get some yeses in the chat box or some head nods or some hand raises? Just want to make sure that this actually is making sense to you guys. All right, bunch of yeses. bunch of yeses flooding in. We're still only on secret one, so I got to speed up. I think I'm going a little long in secret one, but I know it's amazing. And so I wanted to definitely spend some time here. So let's go ahead and just talk about your return path. So finally, the return path, right? So what happens if they don't buy the first time around? Most people won't, right? What happens if they come into your store, maybe they go to your website and they don't buy? I need you to remember that most sales are not going to occur on that first visit, which is why you need to follow up, right? You absolutely need to follow up. That's why we first optimized our lead magnet back in step number 2, right? We figured out what we can give away to get them to raise their hand to show that they're interested. So now we need to follow up. And here I just have a few things circled here, but you have email marketing, blogging, retargeting, which is paid advertising. You retarget with Google ads, retarget with Facebook ads. You can retarget on Facebook ads for my brick and mortar business owners on here. You can retarget if somebody visited your business, you can retarget them. Social media, of course, campaigns to just continue to stay top of mind. And then my favorite, custom audiences that you can create. So those are all just different things. I don't really want to elaborate, but just plenty of ways for you to go ahead and get back. You need to have a way back to your people, right? I mean, after all, a couple more slides here. You want to remember that most sales won't occur on the first visit. They just won't. And that's why you have to follow up. So it's not just email anymore. Actually, I should have been going through these slides as I was going through my notes. So it's not just email. You can do exit offers. This is if somebody's leaving your business, you can make them an offer. And actually, one of the things I wanted to say, we actually were consulting with the company, and I actually found out that after, and I'm not a sales trainer, but I was wearing the sales trainer hat in this scenario, is they actually had a scenario where when somebody was rejecting their offer at first, the offer they brought to the table, they would just never call the person again. So let's say you talked to them at 9 a.m., you got a rejection, no, we're not interested, and they would just leave it alone. So what we tried to get that company to do is do 2 things. Number 1, later on that day, email the customer or your prospect again. Email the prospect again to follow up manually. This is not an automated system. This is email them manually to re-engage them a little bit. Thank them for their time. Send that email. And then most importantly, 15 minutes after they send the email, to call them again and try to sell them again. And they actually started closing double the amount of sales. So 50% of those who said no, that same day actually ended up buying because they followed back up and basically said, hey, I really want to earn your business. So exit offers are great. That's kind of what I was referring to there. On the screen, what you're talking about for exit offer is if they're on your website and they're about to exit off your website, you can do a pop-up to keep them there and give them a coupon code and get them to buy. All right, retargeting. We talked about that. Don't need to spend a ton of time there, but literally just retargeting. Internet users visit your site, leave your site. Later they're browsing, they get targeted, retarget them to capture their information again to keep following up. But nothing, absolutely nothing is as effective in ROI as email follow-up, which is why this year we've upgraded our platform with Infusionsoft to send more emails. So if you're on my database this year, you might have already caught, man, Jacob is emailing me like every single day or real close to it. We're stepping up that game, and we're only stepping up that game because it absolutely works. All right, so that's all I got for secret number 1. I'm going to kind of keep moving forward just for sake of everybody's time. But are you guys ready? Can I get some yeses, thumbs up? And Todd, what's up for the thumbs up? I didn't even know you must be on mobile. Some thumbs up there to keep on going. Let's dive into secret number 2. You guys ready for it? Yeah, what's up? I saw the thumbs up there. So getting a bunch of yeses. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. All right, so secret number 2. Actually, let me go back. How do we go back? All right. How to attract more of your ideal clients, right? And become the sought-after company in your industry. Positioning in today's world is everything. After all, your prospect is going to Google search you faster than anything else. I mean, you may go talk to them, shake their hand, sit there in front of them, pour out your heart and soul to them, talk about their kids, talk about your kids, figure out where their favorite restaurant is. I mean, you may do everything you need to win this person over, but they're still probably going to go look you up on the internet, which is where positioning comes in. So I love this quote, content marketing, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about here for the next few minutes. Content marketing is the interaction, right? The intersection of advertising and publishing, right? So you're now creating content to push out on social media platforms. And let me just pause here when I'm talking about social media platforms. Every time I talk about social media and where you're hanging out, I can't stress enough that you should be hanging out where your customer avatar, your prospect is hanging out. So if you think your customer is scrolling on Facebook, then build everything that I'm about to talk about on Facebook. If you think they're hanging out on Twitter, build it there. If you think they're hanging out on LinkedIn, build it there. Instagram, build it there. Whatever it may be. If you have the bandwidth and you want to follow the omnipresent type of marketing strategy, which I do believe in as well, go ahead and try to be everywhere. But that will take a ton of energy, a ton of money in most cases, and more importantly, a ton of time, right? And so if you can be everywhere, do it, but don't burn yourself out trying to be everywhere. Only try to be focused on being where your customers hang out. Build your presence there. So if you think they're going to look you up on Google, make sure you got Google ads going. So when they Google search you, you pop up with a pretty ad and you send them in the direction you want them to go. If you think they're on Facebook, build your platform there. I mean, I think I'm going down that road too far, but just so you kind of get what I'm saying. So here's a simple marketing funnel for your content. And I'm going to break it down more than this. But it's really, really simple. You have awareness, evaluation, and conversion. Awareness is where they're seeing you on Twitter, seeing you on LinkedIn, maybe reading your new information. You have your evaluation where, okay, now they're diving in just a little bit more, and you have your conversion. Let me go to my next screen just because I think it'll give you guys a little bit more. So this slide, definitely, if you can, if you're on your phone, if you're on tablet, whatever, screenshot this slide. It will become incredibly, incredibly valuable to you as you think about your content and the content lifecycle that we're talking about. So we use tofu, mofu, and bofu. You have top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel is what those mean. So your tofu is your social media updates, your infographics, photos of what's going on. For many of you guys that are B2C and service-based businesses, I cannot stress enough actually doing photos or videos on location, on scene, when you're actually working, those live time action photos to show that, hey, we are real people, we're engaging with real people, and we actually do this stuff for a living. Those photos are invaluable, priceless, if you will. So this is just like all of your just normal just topical stuff, top of funnel, topical stuff, right? You're driving traffic to your website, just letting people know who you are. You have literally no measurable goal here in top of funnel. You're just really letting people be aware of who you are. So middle of funnel, most business owners need to educate their prospect before they're willing to invest or buy. So middle of funnel, this is where you're now beginning to educate your prospect. So if you're a service-based business, which many people on today's presentation are, you need to educate your prospect why they, one, need to buy from you, but more importantly, why things need to be done a certain way in your industry. After all, you are the expert in your field. So middle of funnel is now where you're educating them. Right? Quizzes, surveys, webinars, events, software downloads, free trials, free samples. Those things all go into your middle. And actually, I said free trial. That should go on bottom, as you can read on the screen. But this is where kind of middle. They're now getting to know who you are. You're now getting them to raise their hand. And this is my favorite type of thing to say. It's the opt-in. In middle of funnel, you're getting them to raise their hand to begin showing interest, right? Bottom of funnel content is now your demos, free trials, your customer stories. These are your testimonials. This is where you can get into the boring comparison and spec sheets. You can also do webinars, events, mini classes. But this is where bottom of funnel is where, hey, they've made it through. They've shown interest. You've segmented accordingly, meaning they know, or meaning you know that they're in the right place. They're interested in what you're bringing to the table. This is where you can start, seeing how many qualified leads you have, how many sales you're generating, start making sales offers. So ultimately somebody will buy for you. So I did add, and I should have actually went through it just like this. Well, you guys, I said in the very beginning that it would be a rough run because it's the first time of me doing this. I absolutely forgot that I had to zoom in on these. So instead of me reading all these, I'm just going to say, hey, go ahead and screenshot. I might even send out the slide deck, but I forgot we did a shot here. So there's top of funnel offers, middle of funnel. So I'll hold here for you guys to screenshot, and we'll go to the next one in 3, 2, 1. All right, middle funnel options and bottom of funnel offers. So that's all I really had is when it comes to secret number 2, you need to position yourself well, which means you need to create content. Right now, just about every single person on today's masterclass has a smartphone. And so literally, it's just something you have to do. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. I used to preach, literally from stages, I would say that if you're going to post on Facebook, you need to make sure that your photo is 960 by 960 and the pixel count is under some kind of it was like 800 DPI. I used to talk about all that because that's what I used to grow the Ziglar Facebook page to over 4 million followers. And I still believe in those systems and strategies, and we still use them. However, I've learned over the years of working with small business that you guys don't need 4 million followers. You guys just need good quality content that when your prospect, which may only be 100 sales a year, 100 prospects a year, come over, you need them to see you guys in live time, real action, actually doing stuff that, hey, we're real people. And so I can't preach more than anything, can't preach, say it enough, that just create content, whether it be a video, whether it be pictures, post something every day on that platform where your customer avatar is hanging out. Put the content there so they know that you're a real business, that you're actually doing this stuff, and really it's information so that they can know, like, and trust you. Now, many of you guys have this mindset that says, I've created my business, they will come. And that's just not true anymore. Most people won't call you. Most of the time you need to call them, or they're going to Google search you before they even think about scheduling anything with you. And so content is king, and it still is. It was for 2018. It was for 2017, and it definitely will be for 2019. And right now, nothing trumps video, which is why the next time I do this, I'm going to do it on a live video. Right now I don't have my camera on, but I've created an office. We completely rebuilt our office so we can get better video in my own business and really begin practicing what we're preaching here. But it doesn't matter whether you're B2C, whether you're a storefront, doesn't matter what category you fall into. You need good imagery, you need good pictures, and you need good video. You can do all of that from your smartphone. Done is better than perfect when we're referring to content in secret number 2. So done is better than perfect. All right, so this last one, I'm going to spend a little bit of time here as well, kind of like secret number 1, only because this for me has been the most profitable initiative for me across the board. So this is how you become, right, let me just read it real quick. How to get phenomenal results from your marketing without spending a fortune. This is the email database. Once you've acquired your lead, you can now use email marketing to just completely scale your business to another level. I just want to break down, I did some animation on this one. Most people don't know all of the different avenues that you can use email marketing for. And even the ones that I have listed may not be all of them. These are just the ones that we use it for. So you have branding. You can email marketing about branding, right? You can use it for referrals. You can use email marketing to get referrals, let people know about your new website, new branding, new logo, new t-shirt, new whatever. You can use email marketing for retention. And how we use this is we follow a strategy of attract, sell, and wow. So I don't have a slide for that, but attract, sell, and wow for retention. So once we attracted them with email marketing, once we sold them with email marketing, now we can maintain them. We can wow them with email marketing. Anytime someone buys into our mastermind, they instantly get an email. They get an email just about every Monday checking in, automated, hey, how's it going? What'd you learn this week? Retention. You could do it as well. We have actually a company of ours, which you'll hear about a little later, Triple M Trailers. They actually have, we built an entire follow-up campaign. When somebody buys one of their $100,000 trailers, they get an email 6 months later, and they get an email 1 year later, just following up. Now that's retention. Like that's thinking way further in advance, right? You're thinking far out there. That 6 months after they bought it, they're going to get an email checking in, and it's automated. So they only had to set it once and forget it. Email marketing for engagement. You can use it to engage people, just to ask questions. I've sent you guys emails for engagement. I got most of you guys to sign up for this webinar by sending engagement emails. Acquisition. You guys definitely get sales emails from me. I'm sending you sales emails. Hey, here's my new offer. Hey, book me for a keynote. Hire us for Done For You. Buy my mastermind program. Sign up for coaching. Those things are all there in acquisition. You can do that as well. Reactivation. This is one thing that most clients, when they come to me, when they buy from us, that's like the quickest way, the lowest hanging fruit for me to get them to make money. And you may be thinking reactivation. So that means somebody bought from us and maybe now they hate us. They bought from us. They never think about buying from us again or whatever. So we'll go to people that have already bought from our clients, and we'll go create sequences to get people to re-engage, reactivate, and buy something else, which, as we said earlier, it could be looked at as a profit maximizer. It's not a profit maximizer per se, but we're getting them to raise their hand, reactivate, re-engage, and buy something. Obviously, direct sales, which is very similar to acquisition. And then most importantly, traffic. This one we began using more effectively this year than we did in years past. We've written a blog almost every single week, but we weren't emailing our database about it regularly. So you guys, if you're in my master list, which all of you are getting emails from me every single Wednesday about new blogs, right? We're writing new blogs. We have me writing some, the team writing some, and we're writing new blogs to just give you more information And for you guys, you may not need a blog. Your industry may not need it, but you could use your email marketing to drive traffic to your website about a certain promo you're running, or use your email marketing to drive traffic to your Facebook page, or use your email marketing to drive traffic to your LinkedIn, or use email marketing to drive traffic to your Instagram. I mean, you kind of get where I'm going there. So you can use it for all those different things. Now, after all, let's just screenshot this one. The goal of email marketing, right? The goal of email is to assist in moving a customer from one stage of the value journey to the next. And if you've never got my customer value journey PDF, just let me know and I'll get it over to you. So there's so many different things about that customer. It's called the CVJ, customer value journey, that we use. But you're just moving them from one stage to the next. If you don't know what that is, let me know. We can email you some stuff on it or do another training on it later. But we'd love to help you guys with that as well. All right. So like everything else, there's steps, right? There's steps to everything. So there's 5-phase email follow-up machine that I want you guys to screenshot. So I'm just going to go through all of these real quick, put them up. All right. So we have a 5-phase email follow-up machine that we actually borrow from a company called Digital Marketer. We partnered with them. We actually paid to invest, to be partners with them and train with them, just because they know this stuff. They do it all the time. And we want to constantly be working with those who are the best. And that's what we want to be. We want to be the best. So that's where I borrowed this from. But indoctrination, I just want to break down these 5 things for you real quick. And that's basically the meat of the training. And Jamira, I hope I'm saying that correctly. I see the comment. I'm going to screenshot that and I'll make sure you get that. Let me just screenshot that now. So she was just saying she wants a copy of the CVJ. So I just did that. I'm sure you guys actually heard the screenshot there. But I'll get that over to you. So real quick, indoctrination. This is what you're going to send somebody after they first raise their hand for your lead magnet, right? So an indoctrination email series is what you're sending right after they raise their hand for whatever it is you're giving away. This is now where you send maybe a 3 or 4 email series. The first one that you're sending is give them what they asked for. If you gave an opt-in for a coupon code, make sure they get that very first thing. Don't try to do anything else in that email, that very first email, but give them what they asked for. Your second email in this series might be an indoctrination to who you are. Hey, I'm the business owner. We've done this stuff for XYZ years. We love serving XYZ. Here's our mission statement, and we'd love to learn more about you. Then in that indoctrination sequence, you could send a series of email that we called Gain, Logic, and Fear. Hey, here's what you're going to gain by buying from us. Here's logically why you should invest in what we're bringing to the table. And hey, here's some sweet offer that we're going to remove. Fear. We're going to remove this offer from the table if you don't sign up in X amount of time. That indoctrination series is incredibly, incredibly profitable. Then you want to keep engaging with them all the way throughout everything. Engage with them on a regular basis, monthly basis, whatever it makes you, whatever you're able to commit to. You're able to engage with them, and obviously at the bottom, re-engage with them, but engage. Send them good, valuable information. Don't just sell them all the time. After they made it through your indoctrination series, which then is probably your first sales series, you want to go into engagement just for a little bit to get them to buy. Now, after they buy something, they are going to ascend, right? They go up. Ascend is up. Segmentation is down, just for those of you who are visual. So ascend, they're going up. Meaning they just bought something, we want to send them into another sequence to get them to buy something else, profit maximizer, another service, another offer, or even a downsell at that point, but it's still Ascension. If they're in your database for a really, really long time and they're just not buying, right? They're not coming to the table. You want to segment. You want to bring them down. Maybe you don't email them so much, because if they're not buying, they're not engaging, maybe they're not interested. And so you got to try to teach them and inform them why they need to come over and learn from you and buy from you and et cetera, right? So segmentation is where you pull somebody out of your sales campaigns, pull them back into a teaching campaign, and then ultimately re-engage. So every time you guys sign up, which by the way, this is just so you hear my system, every time you guys sign up for a webinar of mine, which you just did, it's re-engagement. Now, I don't know whether you guys have bought from me in the past, many of you guys have, or where you are in my system, but the moment you sign up for one of my new trainings, it's a re-engagement, it's a hand raise. You guys get put back into our calling system where our sales reps will give you a call, or I'll give you a call, and you get put back into the follow-up because we believe that you're still interested in taking your business to the next level, and you really believe that you actually can implement proven systems to be successful in business. And that's exactly what I want you to do. It's what we bring to the table. It's what we eat, sleep, drink, and breathe about. And so when you re-engage, we continue to keep the conversation with you. So real quick, I just want to share a quick testimonial of one of our proven clients who's done this, actually hired us for teaching first and then let us do it for him. So real quick, just got a quick video for you. And then I still got a few more teaching tips, but that is the bulk of it. We have definitely covered the bulk of it for sure. So comment over if you can hear this when it plays too. I'm not sure how that's going to work out.
Hey everyone, Jacob Salem coming today with Mark D.
It's been great working with you the last 12 months. We actually started a relationship and you said, I'm going to teach you how to run your Facebook ads, your Facebook campaigns, things like that. I think that involves the fact that like you should just do my Facebook ads campaign. We've seen great results. We've seen our lights go right up. Both our pages, big 2 pages, are really robust, really growing, and more importantly, really hits through Facebook, which is something that's kind of hard to do for a lot of people, especially me. And now we're getting live through Facebook and closing some sales runs. We've seen some return on our investment. We're growing. It's been very exciting, very fun, and very easy because Jacob is always on it. He's always contacting me with the next idea. Very robust and fluid, so it's been a pleasure. And I feel like I've delegated something that I don't have to worry about anymore.
All right, so I want to focus. I don't know if you heard that it played kind of choppy for me, but basically it was just Mark D talking really good about me. So we'll just assume he said some really nice stuff. But what he said at the end is that he delegated a task that made him money. Now, I mentioned at the very beginning that those of you who stay until the end, you know, you're going to get a special offer to work with us, but it's not actually delegating the task to us. We created something brand new, and here in just a little bit, I'm going to tell you about it. But before I do, I like to spend a little bit of time talking about money with my business owners that are on trainings with me, because most business owners that I've talked to get this caveat of money, especially those who are Christian. Now, I attract a Christian crowd just because I got a big following for Christian ministry, but we also work with all across the board. It doesn't matter what somebody believes. We work with them and love them. But the Christian crowd definitely seems to have this idea about money. So I want to read Mr. Zig Ziglar's quote, which is on screen first, that money isn't the most important thing in life, but is reasonably close to oxygen on the gotta have it scale. And as a business owner, that's why you got into business, to make profit. So I want you to think about something just for a moment. What is money? Right? A lot of people have fear about money, and an even bigger fear about spending money, and some even about making money. I want you guys as business owners to understand that money is good. Sales are good. Money is just a tool that was created for exchange. Other than that, there is no real value in money. You can't use it to stay warm. You can't eat it. You can only trade it for something else that you want. So I want you to just think. Everyone who exchanges money for something does it because they feel that what they are getting in exchange is of greater value than keeping the money or using it for something else. At least that's what I expect when I buy something. I don't actually know for sure until I do buy it or try it out and can see the results for myself. So here's a rhetorical question for you. Would you exchange money for the results that we've gathered and generated for our clients? All right, would you be willing to exchange money for hyper profitability in your online advertising? It's rhetorical because I think the answer is yes, right? The answer is yes. Money is good. You guys are in business to make money in everything that you do. You need to bring offers to the table, help people shift from that before state to that after state. So ultimately they'll come over and buy from you, right? You want them to know, like, and trust you. So ultimately they'll come over and buy from you. And you want proven systems, proven automation to get you there. So on today's masterclass, I taught you everything that I know and believe to be proven systems for profitability, ROI, right? I taught only the things that I know are without a shadow of a doubt are making me money. So this past hour that we spent together, would you agree that it has been time well spent? Getting a bunch of yeses. I'll wait a little bit. I like the yes. It makes me feel good, right? This is the millennial in me. I need my participation trophy, and that's a joke, so I hope I'm not offending millennials. But obviously, we can't cover everything in just 1 hour. Even if I had all day, I couldn't cover all the information that's in this presentation. And I did mention, as any good marketer, that toward the end, I do have a special offer just for you guys for staying all the way to the end. And for those who get all the way to the end of the presentation that's about to happen, the little pitch here at the end, you'll get a very special deal. So do you guys care? Is it okay? Let's drop a 5 in the chat. If you guys are okay with me spending just 5 more minutes really just telling you guys about something I'm really proud of. We took the end of last year, sat back, did a mastermind of our own and in-house to think about what are we bringing to the table. What are we bringing to the table to help business owners that can't afford us at $2,500 a month or $3,500 a month or $10,000 a month? What are we doing for the business owners that can't afford to pay us for done for you yet? Now, let me put emphasis. The goal is to get you there, right? I still got to grow my business. But for those that can't afford that just now, what could we bring to the table to help get them to that table? So getting a bunch of fives, got a ton of fives. Thank you guys for that. I want to ask you guys a quick question here. A lot of you guys, you've probably been on these webinars before. You've probably been to events, and maybe you went to 10X, maybe you're going to Funnel Hacking Live, or maybe you're going to Traffic and Conversion Summit, all events that are happening this month, right? But what happens when you go to those events and when you attend these webinars, and what happens the very next day, right? For most people. Well, for most people, probably nothing, right? And that's actually really, really sad to me. Whether it's my stuff, whether it's the stuff from Funnel Hacking Live, 10X, it doesn't matter where you go, right? Most people end up doing nothing. And that's simply because old habits die hard. And that really breaks my heart, right? Because I just showed you the exact piece. Actually, this is just a piece of the exact systems that we use to become extremely profitable using online advertising. This was just one small snippet, one category. And truly, as John Maxwell says here, most people have uphill dreams, but downhill habits. They're not willing to invest in other things. They're not willing to go learn something new. And more importantly, they're not willing to change what they've always done. And that keeps them stuck into a rut because it worked for them 10 years ago. Why won't it work now? And I want to get you guys out of that. And the only way to do that is to intentionally turn downhill sliding into uphill climbing. The only way to do that is to invest in something new and surround yourself with those who are on the same journey as you so you can learn the information. And most importantly of all, whether you ever buy anything from me or not, implement the things we bring to the table. So I know you guys are going to be thrilled about what we brought to the table because I have now partnered with people that are in the trenches with me. The people that literally implement this on a day-to-day basis. Now I do this, our team does this, but I wanted to bring names to a table, to a partnership where you guys would be able to partner with other experts as well. So in 2019, we launched, and many of you guys may have seen this because a lot of you guys came through our database, but we launched a mastermind program for digital marketing, very specifically 100% around marketing. Created an entire program that now has 11 certification courses in it. A lot of you guys on this masterclass today, the one that I'm teaching right now, have bought my 6-week online course or maybe my 8-week online course where I taught it live with you. Well, listen, I haven't taught that thing live in nearly a year now. And so most of the information I gave you is probably outdated and it was always taught live because I didn't know how to keep it evergreen. Well, the partnerships that I've entered into for these 11 courses, everybody's agreed to continually update their course as things change. More importantly, this platform has quizzes and exams where you can go through, actually take the lessons, go through the training, go through the modules, think about how it's going to be implemented in your business, take the quizzes to prove that you actually know the information in the database, and more importantly, take exams so you can get certified by 2 companies, my company and the company we partnered with. That way, if you have a team member on your team that you want them to know this stuff, if you're the owner, right? Many times the owner of the business doesn't necessarily need to know all the data and analytics behind everything. But if you want to know that your team member knows that the person you just hired off of Indeed.com or LinkedIn ads, whatever you did, this is a place where you can come, you can take quizzes, take exams to prove that you actually do know this stuff and then really implement it in your business. So you can see on this screen a quick little slide, but let me break down some of these courses. You have conversion funnel optimization, which is actually taught by Ryan Dyes. It's basically what I taught in secret number 1, but on steroids. You have content marketing, which is what I taught in secret number 2. It's basically what I taught, but on steroids. Now, here's the best one, paid traffic and customer acquisition. We're actually in the process of remaking this one now. Now, this one, as it sits, is amazing, over the top. Molly Pittman is the one who brings this training to the table about paid traffic from Facebook, YouTube, Google, LinkedIn, all across the board is covered in that certification course. Does amazing, but we're also remaking it right now. Email marketing and list building, probably my favorite because I absolutely proved that email marketing gave me the highest ROI possible. Social media and community management. This would be good if you have maybe a high school kid, a daughter, a son, trying to do some of the social media for you. This is good to teach them the content they need so that they can implement it for you. Search marketing. This is actually a thing. This is where you're learning a little bit more about Google Ads and Google SEO. That's really what's covered in that course. E-commerce. Now listen, if you guys are in this space, I went through this one the other day personally. This is taught by Ezra Firestone. He is a rock star, a guy who's actually in the trenches. If you know what e-commerce is, that's basically an online store where you're doing drop shipping or products. I mean, it is over the top good. The content he has in here is just amazing. Community management. This is groups, followings, social media, similar to what social and community management is. Copywriting. This is a skill that I believe will make anybody successful. We have copywriters on our team and copywriters that help me come up with all the content. But this is a course that taught me how to copyright. I actually blamed a copywriter earlier when I messed up the word hyper profitability, but I was the one that came up with it. So copywriting is incredible. This is what you can use for that shift. I kept referencing it earlier in the training. You want to use the right copy, imagery, messaging to help shift that person from their before state to their after state. You want to be able to show that in written form. That's what you're going to learn in that mastery course. This is the two kind of boring courses, but listen, I'm a geek, so I love them. Marketing analytics and data science. This is how you can split test all the different abilities out there for split testing to make sure that the things you're doing are actually working. And then lastly, your testing and conversion rate. Those are all definitely needed. Now, you absolutely can buy any one of those courses from me individually. I would love to sell them to you. If you added them all up, the total is $5,467. But you guys know I'm a marketer, right? And I'm going to absolutely add in some bonuses, added some tweaks to make you guys want to buy this and show you that literally, if you want to be profitable in 2019 for your business, I can guarantee you, and there is a guarantee you that this is what you need to do it. All right. Wow, thank you guys for sending over the no sound. So let me go pick back up where I was. So mute, there we go. All right, so what's up, guys? I just got like a million messages of no sound. So thank you guys for being attentive. I wouldn't have known that if you didn't do that. So let me just circle back to the top. So it's worked for Ziglar Inc., Les Brown, all the people in that category. I gave a shout out for Ashley or Caleb at Standing Seal Experts. They're amazing, which I think Ashley's on. What's up, guys? And River, it's worked for so many industries, but here's industries that most people don't know that we've actually used these trainings for. They've worked for Uber, HarperCollins, Infusionsoft, Shopify, all have gone through these trainings and used them and implement them in their business. So the trainings that I'm listing all work for them. They definitely will work for you. Now, we launched a mastermind. Let me talk about this. This is a mastermind with a group, a community, me, and then also trainings, more than just online courses. You actually have me there with you, live events, different things. So I had two choices when talking about these things and bringing this to the table. We sat down for a full day with the team to mastermind on this and realize what are we going to do to bring this to a value at a price point where everybody can afford it, right? Literally everybody can afford it that wants to be. We had to do that. So I could either go as cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible, but it really didn't incentivize me to stack on the extreme value that we've done in this program. So we went with the second option, which requires a little higher investment, but it's still low enough that I can guarantee that anybody on this call today can afford it. But in exchange, I can devote more resources to guarantee your success, which literally means I'm guaranteeing a success. Now, my next slide is a video from Mr. Les Brown. Many of you guys have probably seen it. Before I play it, did the last video work or was it choppy? It was kind of choppy for me. So will you just type in a yes if the last video worked? Not yes that I'm going to play this one, but yes that it worked, or maybe no that it didn't work. Because if it's not working, there's no, so I'm getting a bunch of no's. So it didn't work. So I'm actually not going to play the next video simply because I could tell that the other one didn't work. So maybe go look at this video on my website. It's all over the internet. It's just a Les Brown endorsement. So I just skipped over it real quick. But it was just another endorsement to show that we've done all of this for him, and he fully endorses us and gives us his highest credibility and reference. So Les Brown, credible name, but just assume you watched a really good video there. So again, here's all the different courses you're getting. These are all different, by the way. They all have their own exams. They all have their own quizzes. They all have everything that you need to implement proven systems in your business. Like if you'll implement just one of these, you'll make more money. Like straight up promising money. Never did that before on a webinar in my life. These work. I built my entire business, seven figures on these systems, these principles. All right, so let's go talk about bonuses. Now they're progressive. So bonus number one is on probably March 1st or March 2nd. We're going to open the private Facebook group. We just launched this program in January. So we're waiting to build it up a little bit. This is going to be progressive. This isn't like in other courses we launched private groups, but they weren't included. They're like, oh, we're going to start a group. But what happens. This one, I'm saying, listen, we're paying people to continue to invest in this community that we're beginning to build. So that way you're constantly getting new content, new information pumped in there regularly to help you get to that next level. So this is also going to include every single person in the mastermind. This is your place where you'll be able to go at 2 a.m. if you need to vent or say something or ask a question about your business. This is where you're going to go. It's that place that's public, but it's not public. It's small enough to where you can actually get the help you need on your business without harming your image, right? We all need a place, a safe place where we can go and do that. Secondly, this is probably my favorite, but I am going to be doing, let me be specific, 12 live trainings and Q&A sessions. So every single month, I'm doing a brand new training. Not just your online course training, not just the 11 certifications. I'm bringing something new to the table on what's working now. And more importantly, we're going to open it up the end of every group training to Q&A. That means you can ask me any questions as if we were in a coaching call in front of your peers. So that way we together can collectively fix your marketing funnels, fix your campaigns, change your copy, change your branding imagery. This is a place where you're going to get to hang out together to get to that next level in your business. But that isn't all. However, any good marketer, let's go put it all together, right? If you go add in just these two bonuses, if I didn't do anything else, it would absolutely be worth the total value here. That's $12,595. That's what it would be. And actually those 12 trainings, I almost think we priced those, pretty humbly, right? People right now are actually paying me to go to their event somewhere between $4,000 and $10,000 per hour just to speak to their audience. So if we added in those numbers, we could probably add a lot more to what the value is there. Those are real numbers, not made up. And also those courses literally do sell for $500 each. So that's where that's in. So if all this did, assuming there wasn't another bonus, which there is one coming, if all this did, right, was if all this system did was give you a proven marketing funnel to generate and nurture new customers, would it be worth it? Of course, that's just one of the courses. And if all it did was help you become a sought after company in your industry, it would absolutely be worth $15,000. Like I would personally pay it. I actually think I have. And for a lot of these people that are in here training, I think I've given them more than that. But if all it did was get you phenomenal results from your marketing, this is your paid advertising without spending a fortune, right? If you could run some paid ads and know that you were going to get a high return on investment, it would absolutely be worth it. So I want to ask you, what is it worth to you? Like one proven funnel, time freedom, not having to stress about your marketing initiatives, not having to wonder what you need to update, change, or tweak on your website, and knowing that you're really implementing proven tactics. Is that $5,000? Is it the 10 grand? Is it 25 grand when we add it all together? What's it worth? How much would you be willing to pay to become hyper profitable? Right? Hyper profitable in your business. Again, after all, it doesn't matter how much money you make in your business this year in 2019. It matters how much money you keep. And using proven marketing systems will allow you to keep more money in your pocket. I think you can see why others really are paying us upwards of $10,000 a month and many times per hour when I go and do keynotes to teach them these systems and most importantly, do it for them. And I think you can see why it's a good deal if you paid the $12,000, right? Or 15 or whatever number we're at. Oh, 15, I think is when you add them all together. I think I got an error there. Now, if you just bought all of these things and straight up, you went to our website and tried to buy it, you'd spend about 10 grand. That's what it is to the public. Now, because I love you guys. Like straight up, you guys are in my database. You just spent an hour and some with me. You guys aren't going to believe this price. Like, I know you're not. You guys ready for it? You guys ready for the big reveal? Get some yeses, couple yeses. Come on. I know there's more than that on here. Yeses, yeses. I can get some more than that. All right, guys. Okay. Oh, here we go. Just got a bunch more. All right. So you can get all of it, starting today. Access to everything minus that group, which we're going to release in March 1st or March 2nd for $197. Now, here's the deal. That's a monthly investment, right? So here's how we kind of pull back the curtain. We're giving you everything you need to build your business and a community that surrounds yourself. And there's one more bonus that I'm actually showing on the next slide, right? Todd, I ain't too proud to beg. You guys get access to everything. Now, when you sign up, you're going to see that it's a 12-month commitment. It's actually a forever commitment because here's the deal. If you guys sign up, and I'm actually saying this way in advance, there's still more slides to go through, but listen, before I go to the more slides, if you guys sign up and within the first 14 days, which is 2 weeks, you could technically go in and pass all these things in 2 weeks if you didn't sleep. If you say, look, Jacob, it's not worth the investment, let me know and I will 100% refund your money. Now, I'm going to say that again when I get to the right slide, but it is a monthly investment to be a part of this community that we're building. And you stay access to the courses as they update. That means as we add new courses with these partners, you get to go through those. It's very specific to digital marketing for small business. So for those that are speakers, trainers, and coaches on here, these courses are actually designed for the small business owner, service-based business, B2B, B2C. Some of the speakers, trainers, coaches, it's a little different. We have other things for that. But listen, if you go there and you sign up, it's 14-day money-back guarantee, but you're making a monthly commitment. And that's only so you can stay active all the way throughout and cancel whenever you feel like you're not getting value. I feel like that's a really good promise. All right, so here's my most proud bonus. I am personally, and people have, and this isn't a sales pitch, people have literally asked me to do my own events for years. I've helped Ziglar fill theirs. I've helped Howard Partridge with some of his. I haven't done a ton for him. Phenomenal products. NBC University, we've had the most profitable events for them. We've helped Michael Newman fill events. We've helped a ton of people fill Les Brown Enterprise events, their speaker camp. We are now hosting our own, only for this community. Right now, that might change. We might do some open enrollment, but you guys will get the VIP access as if you bought the VIP ticket when we do open enrollment, if we do that, to all 4 events we're doing at the end of every quarter in Chicago. Right? This is included. I already gave you the price above. This is absolutely included. So you're getting access. We're going to host them in the city in Chicago, where the first one we're doing at the end of March. I'm bringing all the training, all the information. I expect it to be a little bit smaller, maybe, 15 businesses I expect to actually be there. We'll have about 30 in the program by then, but about 15 to show up. And we're going to work on your businesses individually, very specific to your marketing. But then at the one at the end, you got end of every quarter, we're doing a live event. Then as we get to event 2, event 3, and event 4, I'm personally going to be using the money you guys are investing in the program to bring in speakers, to bring in speakers who are doing these things on the next level. So that way they can help you teach things or help you with things that they're doing. That way I'm not the only one in this. We're all going to be learning and growing together, including me, which is why I'm so excited about this community. So again, you can get started today for $197. And I have some more slides, and I have one final bonus all the way toward the end that the first 14 that buy from today, I do expect will get right around 14, actually 15, based off of the metrics. I'm pretty good at guessing that. But we're saying for the first 14 in celebration of Valentine's Day, we'll get the bonus here at the end. But before we get there, you have 2 choices, right? You could do nothing and go right into those old habits and not take a leap of faith and slide back into your evergreen mode of doing your 9 to 5, punching the clock, maybe not even liking what you do, right? Or second, you could pony up the small investment today compared to all the value you're getting, which is actually true. Like without a shadow of a doubt, I believe it's my moral obligation to let you guys know that this will help you make more money in your business. Like I genuinely believe at the core of my heart, it's my job to show you guys the value of everything we packed into this. It's got more value than anything I've ever been a part of in my entire life. If it works and you like it and you log in, you're like, man, this is what he says it is. Awesome. You made money. If it doesn't, right? If it doesn't, just ask me for your money back and I'll give it to you, right? We're building a community of people who want to grow their business. It's a community. And I want you to be a part of the community only if you want to be a part of it. So if you don't, you do have a little trial run. So you have your safe, secure investment, right? So sign up today. If you don't like it for any reason, I don't care what the reason is, if it's 13 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, even if you passed every single exam, which you could do in 14 days, I hope you don't and just do that and pass out. Or like, I hope you don't just go take them all and then ask for your money back. But if you did, if you binge watch, you could probably go through it. There's like 200 hours of content though. You could ask for your money back. So again, you're seeing their link on the screen, easymetrics.com/mastermind. But the real question is it really worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out, right? Which if it does even half of what I've claimed, right? Half of the value I've claimed, half of the different things we showed, this system 100% will pay for itself. I'm going on record on a recorded training. It does pay for itself. These systems are the same systems I've used to build the 7-figure business that I've built. I did it all using these things. They're all packed into one place, one resource. So let me show you again, just in case you didn't see it. It's on like every slide. You're going to go to easymetrics.com, which is our website. And if you want to type the exact URL, it's /mastermind. Now I'm going to go ahead and just type it in the chat here just so you guys have it. You can click it. I know some of you guys are like, dude, he promised another promise. I want to know what the last one is. All right. So again, here's everything you're getting. All of these courses, I'm not going to read them because that's just a waste of both of our times. You've seen them. You can screenshot it. You get bonus number 3. So if you add all those together, that's 16,000. So I definitely got typos somewhere. But this right here, screen is accurate, 16,583, which is the actual value, right? This is the value. And some clients pay this a month for us. So if you didn't sign up immediately, right? If you're not there, if you're still listening, there's one of 2 reasons. First, maybe you're waiting for that last bonus, or 2, maybe you fall here, right? Maybe you still think my business is different. Maybe you think this won't work for me. Man, let me shatter that. Let me shatter that thinking because it's wrong. These systems will work in any industry. Maybe you're thinking this might just be the next latest trend. So here's the cool thing. These are the same systems I've been using for the last 5 years. Nothing new. Same systems, same processes I've been implementing to build what I built. It's not, shiny object syndrome. This is something that you can invest in and be a part of for a long time. That's going to help you genuinely become more profitable in your business. And then lastly, maybe you're thinking I'm just going to go broke because I'm spending $197 a month for another training course. Well, listen, I'm here to hold your hand the whole way through. Every month I'm checking in. Regularly via emails we're checking in to say, hey, how are you doing, right? Dr. Jim, so glad to have you. Thank you so much for signing up. I see that. He messaged in here, so glad to have you on. Maybe you're worried about going broke, right? All right, so this is the last thing, right? You guys see the professional photos on Facebook and social media, and even here I'm in a suit. But listen, I'm just a normal guy, just having fun. I'm nothing special, right? I built this business to the size that I did, but I'm not really that tech savvy. I fake it with the best of them. You don't need to be tech savvy to make digital marketing work for you. You don't need to be the best copywriter. Now, I've gone through the certification, so I am pretty decent at copy, but I learned from somebody. I didn't come up with it by myself. I learned how to create content by myself, and we're getting better at it every day ourselves. And I still use proven systems from others to grow my business every single day, and you should as well. All right, so again, here's everything you're going to get, and I think we'll hold that there for just one more time. Somebody asked earlier for the CVJ stuff. So here is my ninja offer only for the first 14 in celebration of Valentine's Day. So my ninja offer, right, and I put pure ninja on here just because I was being funny, is for the first 14 people from today. All right, from today only. We expect to have 30 by the end of March, but 15 or whatever by the end of this month was the goal. So today, first 14 people, you're not only going to get the worksheet, which I'll send to everybody for free. I'm personally going to help you walk through this. CVJ is what it's called, where it's your entire marketing system and funnel that you're going to go build and implement. And I'm going to personally walk you through this in a 30-minute coaching call, only for the first 14. We'll schedule it out where it works best for you. And I'm going to walk you through this so that way you know that you have a flawless marketing funnel when you're done building it. Now, I'm not going to build it. I'm going to draw out this map, the map that you should fill in and actually implement. I'm going to show you how to get to the destination you're trying to get to. On that call, we're going to look at your financial projections for the year, set some goals, and fill out this format to teach you how to get there. So that's the pure ninja offer. This is my time. I normally don't trade my time for money too much anymore, which is a good position to be in when you build a business. But I'm going to spend time with you guys because I want this mastermind when I go into 2020, which is a year from now. I want this mastermind to be everything I do. It's going to take all of my energy. Over the last 5 years, I built a done-for-you marketing agency that would self-sustain so I could go live the life that I wanted. Now that we got to that point where I can travel or do whatever I want with my wife or whatever, or daughter, I wanted to do something else. And this is what I chose as my passion project for 2019 to build. And so I'm going to spend time with you guys in your business. I want to know about you guys. I want to learn about your family, your husbands, your wives, your children, your passions, how long you've been in business. I'm going to spend time getting to know you so I can guide you guys on the path from the outside looking in to financial success in your business, and try to find the holes that are in your business and show you how to plug them. So first 14 people from today, you're going to get the private one-on-one with me. And again, this is where you get started now for only $197, right? If it only does half of what I promised, you're going to 10x this number, right? I don't care what industry you're in. You're going to make more money than this. Like, it's just straight up, it's a fact. So with that, I will open up for questions. And when I say questions, I'm going to answer questions about the program, the mastermind, which has my heart, has my all. I'm very passionate about it. For those of you who already signed up, I actually am getting a couple notifications, more than just Dr. Jim saying what's up. You guys are going to get an email from me instantly. Then we're going to set up your username and password inside of the membership site so you can get access to all 11 trainings. For those that are qualifying for the one-on-one, I'm going to guide you through which ones I think you should go through first, right? If you guys start with data and analytics first, you're going to bore yourself, right? It's kind of like reading the Bible. If you read the Bible and you start in the book of Genesis, you're probably not going to make it to Exodus, because Genesis is kind of boring unless you're a nerd like I am. And so I'll work with you to kind of guide you to the meat, to the Gospels, if you will, right? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I'm going to show you what classes to take and courses to take in the beginning to get the meat, to get the excitement, the things that you can implement right away. So with that, I absolutely know that you guys could use this to become hyper profitable in your business. I would love to see you guys in the mastermind. I don't actually see any questions coming through, so I'm assuming all of you guys are on the sales page signing up. Super excited to see you guys in March. That's another thing. You guys will get to come to Chicago in March. You guys will get to, I actually saw just said wait. All right, so I'll wait. You guys are going to get to come to Chicago in March, and I'll get to meet you. We're going to have a fun time there. I would love to meet you in person also. You'll get, can my wife use this too? Yes, but there is an additional user. So for the 197, you're getting one user, username and password, to go through and take all the quizzes and exams. Now, you can give that to anybody in your company. Anybody, whether it's your wife, team members, or whatever, can go through that. But you really only get one user. They can all watch the videos and go through the training. But if you want to get multiple certifications, means you want your wife to take her own quizzes and own exams to get certified, she does need her own user. And that is an additional $25 per month in order to do that. It's just because I have to pay the software that we're partnered with to get that done. But yeah, she can use your username and password and go through it all. Your team members can too. But if you want additional team members to go through the software and have their own quizzes and exams, it is just $25 per month for that user once you're already involved. So hope that helps. So again, would love to meet you guys in Chicago. Would love to have you guys on our live trainings, which the next one is coming up the beginning of next month. Dr. Jim, I try to make it, it's not a get rich quick. I genuinely, this course, we could have priced it at $997 or whatever we wanted. I want 250, I'll tell you guys, I want by, December of 2018, or 19, let me get the year right. I want 250 people in here. I genuinely want to help double the size, just double. There's a formula we're going to give you guys for 16X. I want to help double the size of 250 business owners. That's what I want this to be in. Todd, so excited to have you on. Thank you for joining. And he just said signed up. So Todd, excited to have you here. I'll get you guys all the information and follow up. But I want to help double 250 people. So we want 250 businesses. Oh, also, Jim, for your event, for the events, this is for everybody who's signing up. Anybody from your company can attend the event. I only ask that you RSVP with them, right? So if you're bringing 10 people from your company to our mastermind events, you just got to tell us like way in advance so we can plan for it. But that's no additional charge. They can come to the event. Anybody can come from your business, right? Don't just invite the community, but you're from your business. And so either way, would love to have you guys in the mastermind. I think I beat the drum or whatever. Just kind of gone, or record. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But either way, I've had fun. I hope you guys have a terrific Valentine's Day. I am going to go spend the rest of my day after I get you guys signed up with my beautiful, beautiful wife and beautiful baby girl and go celebrate them on this Valentine's Day. So I hope you guys have a terrific rest of the week and enjoy your upcoming weekend as well. God bless everybody.